let's talk One Piece. Okay, so I figured out why Johnny hates Luffy's crew so much and why he basically attacked him out of the blue. It's because Luffy almost accidentally took their head off during rocket practice, during the whole cannon testing and all that. Upon realizing they almost took his head off, he and what is his name? He and Usopp apologize quite quickly, and they also realize that his partner Yokasu is suffering from scurvy, which Nami quickly helps to nurse him back to health. And realizing they need a cook, head to a floating ship called the Barati, which is a restaurant on the sea. It's at this point where they meet a marine ship run by a marine named Iron Fist Fullbody, who promptly tries to sink their ship and then just goes on his merry way to go on his date with his girlfriend at the restaurant. However, Luffy tries to redirect the cannonball back at the Marines, loses his grip, and sends it smacking into the head chef Zeph, who is not too happy and has Luffy brought in for questioning. Luffy apologizes and then tries to haggle his punishment down to a couple weeks, which Zeph isn't too happy about, but does eventually give him a job, which is kind of the next plot line of the next episode. But meanwhile, Fullbody has gotten his dinner table, is waiting, and is basically shown up by Sanji, our new character and the sous chef of the Barati, who is kind of making Fullbody look like an idiot. And eventually, Fullbody has had enough, breaks the table in half with his fist, and Sanji is outraged and basically kicks him in the face and teaches him a lesson before throwing him out. Because, well, let's just process the chain of events here. So, Fullbody showed up, was basically making demands of Sanji the entire time, and being arrogant and cocky, and Sanji just basically corrects him and tells him why why he's wrong. Because, for starters, he thought he had guessed the wine correctly, but then Sanji reveals that no, this is not the correct wine. You were incredibly wrong, sir. Enjoy your food. And yeah, Fullbody didn't agree too much with that, so he took a bug off the ground that he killed, placed it in his soup, and tried to get the restaurant shut down. But Sanji just played it off as a joke and pointed out that yes, the bug, he didn't know much about insects, but he wasn't entirely sure if it even was a bug, which is what prompted Fullbody to break the table in half with his bare hands. So yeah, Fullbody kind of deserved what was happening to him. He was just being a dick. So yeah, definitely a very short episode. There wasn't much to it. These early episodes had a lot of filler in them. There wasn't a whole lot to them, but this episode essentially is the next episode in the next arc, because Zoro's thing kind of doesn't really matter, kind of, sort of, because, I mean, the part where Johnny was kind of solidifies it into an arc. And there's also a thing in this episode where Nami sees a pile of flyers that Johnny pulled out of his pocket, and upon seeing the one for Arlong, loses it just a little bit. Like she has a personal vendetta against him, almost, kind of, sort of. It's definitely interesting, and I'm assuming that's going to be a plotline that's going to be explored further if it hasn't already in the show. If it has, then I'll get to that when I get to it. But yeah, she has a beef against Arlong, it seems. It's almost as if she had a personal vendetta against him. I mean, it's interesting because upon seeing his face, she just lost it. She just became this stoic, cold, and you could tell that she was mad because everybody else just shied away from her. Because they knew not to bring it up and push it. So yeah, I think Arlong might be a bit of an old enemy of Nami's, and she's going to have to come to terms with that at some point when they eventually run into him. But yeah, this episode was simple. It didn't have to do a whole lot, but it does establish that now Luffy has to work off a debt for a traveling restaurant because he kind of broke their ceiling and hurt the head chef by accident. So, turns and roundabouts. But yeah, if you guys have seen this episode of One Piece, what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over my Discord server, link in the description. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, hit that like and the subscribe button. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also be sure to check out my Patreon and help me fund future episodes like this one. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace! And then smack it when it starts glowing, it says.